When we're young, we have an amazing, positive outlook about how great life is going to be, but somewhere along the line, we forget to dream and end up settling. Join Up Dots features amazing people who refuse to give up and chose to go after their dreams. This is your blueprint for greatness. So here's your host, live from the back of his garden in the UK, David Ralph.
Yes, hello there, good morning to you, welcome to the big blue house, welcome to the blue house, hello from the small mouse, things to do. Is that still going, Bear in the Big Blue House? I used to watch that with my kids when they were little, but now my son is learning to drive and my eldest one, the next one down, but is that still there? Welcome to the blue house. I hope it is, and I hope the bear is fine, and the moon. Hello, Moon. Sorry, I'm losing myself. I tell you what, I'm feeling bloody good at the moment, bloody good. And if you listen to one of the episodes that I've been referencing recently about I was feeling depressed, I feel really depressed. Don't want to go back into it. Listen to the show. It's downloads, people. But through the process of it, I realised that I needed to realign my life. I needed to readjust. I needed to fiddle around for a while, and even when my wife keeps on saying stop fiddling, and I say it's complicated down there, it's complicated. You've got to be a man to understand that. It's just an annoyance to women, but man, it's complicated, isn't it? So yeah, I felt a little bit depressed, but I feel bloody good now. I feel really, really good. And one of the reasons is and it's one of the things that I'm going to talk about today, is I realised that I'd surrounded myself with, as we say in the United Kingdom, misogs, or miserable people, or victims, or inactivity people. Now, when you start something like this with Join Up Dots, your dream, and my dream is that everyone would listen and they go, I'm inspired. I am inspired to go out and do my own thing. And they would listen to the shows, they would hear the gold, they would hear the positivity and the motivation, and they would go out and do it. And it'd be amazing. And people would be walking around the streets of London, or wherever you are, across the world, high-fiving me and saying, David, you changed my life. You've changed my life for the better. And that's, of course, the vision of what you want. But I've realised recently that that's not possible. And I'd surrounded myself with people that would just keep on contacting me and would just be sending messages. Now, if you get a response back to me, from me, not to me, that would just be stupid. I've been sending it to myself. But if you get a response back from me, you will know the flavour of what I send back. I try to respond to every single person, but I don't now respond in anything other than absolutely heartfelt advice. So, if you've had a response from me recently, and I'm sure you're not listening to this show anymore, if you have, where I've said to you, look, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you listening, but you've been connecting with us over the last 2 years, and literally you're asking the same thing all the time. You're asking for, free advice. You're asking for support. You're asking, but then you're not doing anything with what we give you. And I've spent so much time, as I've said, over the last few years, connecting with people live and really trying to help them and point them in the right direction and support them, because I felt it was my job. Yes, I did. I felt like I was a podcasting Jesus, walking the earth, trying to help people find their way. But I've now realised that actually it was just getting me down, and I could see that no matter what I did to these people and for these people, they weren't going to do anything with it. They were just going to sort of take the advice and then come back a little bit later with the same old sob story. So I do apologise, people out there, if you feel that I'm now letting you down and you're going, oh, I listened to his show and he doesn't... I do apologise, really, from the bottom of my heart. But I've now realised that my focus is on the people that are going to make a difference, are actually going to do something, really need the help. I can't spend all my time spending time with people that aren't going to do anything. It's just pointless. I've got to focus in on the people that are going to change their life. And over the last few weeks, we've created businesses with Martin, with Luke, with Susanna, with Joanna. That rhymes. With who else? With Dan, with Matt, with Richard. Loads of people are coming through and are actually taking proactive action. Now, that's my kind of little rant to start off with, and I hope you out there, you understand why I'm doing it, because I love you listening and I love you connecting with me, but there's no point if you then just sort of go round in circles, and we all know the people that are like that in our lives. And I've realised through that process that I've had people in my life as well that are victims of the mindset. Okay, they're just in that kind of, oh, life is rubbish, life is this, life is that, it's all right for you. They're the kind of loser friends. And it's funny, since they started coming into my head, I keep on seeing videos. I was watching one with Gary Vaynerchuk the other day, and then one with Dan Pena, the billionaire coach, and then Joe Rogan, and they were all saying the same thing, that you've got to look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with and think, I need to cut that person off and replace them with a winner. Now, we've all heard the phrase about you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Unfortunately, it's quite difficult to prune that off because we've got emotions. We've got an attachment to people. We've grown up with them. Yes, he was my best friend when I was 4. And yeah, we're still best friends. Now, at that moment, you've got to think about yourself, and you've got to think of the people in your life that you say, they're my best friend. They are my best friend. They're my BBF. But are they? At 2 o'clock in the morning, would they actually come round and help you? If you phoned up or you text and you said, look, really, really depressed, and would they actually do something about it? Are they the kind of people that actually you feel worse for spending time in their company than you do when you're not? So I've had people that I feel deflated. I feel slightly depressed when I've spent time in their company, and I come back and I say to the wife, I don't know why I did that, And she said, oh, well, you've known each other for years. And I go, yeah, I know, but it's just, energy is important, and you've got to think about all your friends and your peer group as, are they the people that are pumping the energy into you so that you can go off and do bigger and bolder and some might say sexy things, or are they the ones that are sucking the energy out of you? And if you've got a few of those in your grips, you've got to get rid of them, and you've got to sit down with them. And I always think face to face. Everyone that I've cut off, I will always sit down with them face to face and say, look, my life has moved on. I'm not feeling this anymore. To be honest, you're just bringing me down, and I don't want that in my life. I want all the best for you. I want you to enjoy yourself, but you're not part of my journey anymore. And it's difficult to do, but it frees up space for you to then find other people that are the go-getters. They are the motivational ones. They are the people with inspiration in their hearts. And I say to people that I coach, I say, at the end of this, I want to stay in touch with you. Not everyone, because some of them, I think, they haven't got it. But the ones that have, and the ones that are powering forward, I love to see how that's occurring. I love to see how their life's changing. And I love to support them through communication once my course or whatever I've been doing with them finishes, because it's important to see that happening in your life. So you got to be honest with yourself, people. Are you working with people that bring you down? You go out on a Friday night just because they're sitting next to you. Maybe they're not the best people to go out with. Maybe you should start finding other people. Maybe you should go to a new gym. You go to night classes where people are taking action. Maybe you go for a country walk, connect with ramblers or whatever. Anybody who's getting out and about and actually doing stuff. Running clubs, they're great. You've got to be really motivated to do that. There are positive, powerful presences all around you, but you've just got to tap into them. Now, I always say to people, I think it's like the success vacuum. you get rid of all the bad stuff, and it just sits sort of vacant for a while, and you think, oh, have I done the right thing? You know, I haven't seen anyone for a while. And little by little, it leaves the space for the good people to find you and come into your life, okay? It's really, really important to do. So think about it. And for everybody out there that isn't getting a real positive response from me like you have, it's purely the case that I've been doing it for you for 5 years now, and I've got to change my energy to focus in on the right people, because that will help other people. And the support gratitude groups that we're doing, which are taking off, you know, if you've got this problem and you haven't got the right people around you, then I'll sort it out for you. You know, we will create a group, we will get positive, motivational people in there little by little, and because they're local to you, then that is your group, that is your peer group, and you can change direction and you can power forward to what you want. It's all available to you. You've just got to connect with us and do the right thing, and that is, you know, make decisions, make difficult decisions, but make it right for your life. Don't drag around the dead wood, because it's not good for you and it's not good for them, okay? Think about it. Now, away from that, what else have I got to tell you? Well, this Tuesday coming up, which is the 9th of July, obviously if you're listening to this as a back episode, then apologies, you've missed out, but you can always come over to the website because I'm doing some more. We're going through another business masterclass where I'm going to teach you how to create an online business, and I'm going to also be showing you the mistakes that people make. They think it's hard, and I always say to people, it's hard easy. You know, actually building it is quite easy, but you've got to get the clarity, you've got to get the idea, you've got to know where your customer is, you've got to know where the right customer is. You know, I said about a guy the other day called Martin. In 7 weeks, he's gone from not knowing what he wants to do to having 2 members of staff. You know, because he's got the idea, and once you get the idea and you get the focus and you understand where your strengths and your talents come into it, it's not hard. It's hard easy. You've got to be able to get that, and that's what I'm going to show you in the masterclass. So if you want that, come over to Join Up Dots, get yourself a place, and I will see you live. And until next time, look after yourselves. Be happy, be motivated, get in the gratitude groups, the mindset groups. Let's start finding the people that can make a difference in your life. And bottom line, look around you, and if there's somebody that's sucking the energy out of you and making your life worse because they're there, then they're not your BBF, no matter how long they've been in your life, and you've got to make the decisions to cut them off. Focus in on the good people and your life will change forever. Thank you so much for always listening to Join Up Dots, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. Join me each month as I show you how you can follow our process to start and own your own life-changing online business. This is Business Masterclass at its best. Head over to joinupdots.com and book your place for the next training session, and I'll see you there.